Alright, welcome to the video, and today we're talking about a new mission for Arma 3 that's in the works. This is a PvE co-op scenario that's made for dedicated servers or single player. So saddle up with your buddies on that midweek op while you're waiting for the weekend campaign or something. This is perfect for more casual gameplay and getting together with smaller groups. Everything for this mission is custom scripted to make a liberation style gameplay. We're in Ross, Germany, and it's been taken over by the Op4 forces, and it's your job to liberate it. Alright, now first things first, we're going to take a look at the player base, talk about the mechanics, what the mission can do, and then stick around to the end of the video. We're going to talk about how you can get your hands on this, how you can get on the server and play, and what's coming up in the future. This is a work in progress, although this is our stable build, but we're going to talk a little bit about features that are coming soon. Alright, and the player base is situated at the main airfield as you would expect. We've got everything from the vehicle store to the shooting range, and we're going to go a little bit more in detail on that in just a moment. First, let's look at the map and talk about how this mission works. Ross, Germany is a very large map. The Blue 4 forces only control this side of the river, and Op4 is in control of the rest of the map. It's up to you to push into that area and clear it out. You'll see we have multiple markers on the map, and these markers indicate areas or zones of enemy presence. The different types of zones can vary from towns to MG nests. There's a lot of variety in the different types of groups that can occupy each type of zone. In a nutshell, the entire map is populated, so as you move into these areas, enemies will spawn in at appropriate distances for you to engage. You'll find everything from sniper teams to patrols and roaming vehicles out here in the world. There's also a couple special markers on the map that you can find, like battles and safe houses. Battles are larger confrontations that you and your team can take part in, and safe houses are like forward operating bases that you can unlock. Alright, we'll make a quick overview of the base. You spawn in at the barracks, you've got the med bay for when you need to respawn, and our command post. And we'll talk about that in more detail. We've got our shooting range and our vehicle store over there, as well as a place to recruit units. As the player, it's important to note that this mission is persistent. And what it's going to be doing is tracking your data, the things you do, your kills, your money, your deaths, everything's going to be logged to a persistent database, as well as the equipment in base and the vehicles that you buy. Let's go into our command post and take a look at how some of that is fed back to the player. We're going to check our stats, and we have a PDA here that's going to give us a readout of a lot of those saved stats. I can see my money, my rank, and my kills, and much more just in this interface. About ranks, you get ranks by getting respect points. Respect points are gained through achievements. Everything highlighted in gold is achievements you've completed, so you can go to this menu and figure out which one you need to do next to get to the next rank. Next, quickly, we've got our gun registry, so you can keep track of which guns you have kills with and how many. Vehicle stats, which does the same things but for your vehicles. Transfer is for transferring money between players while you're on the server. In a nutshell, this interface is going to help you keep track of your progress as you play. Let's quickly look at our command center. We've got our deploy on fob computer here. Anywhere you put these command trucks, you can fast travel to and deploy at those using this interface. We've got our weapons store, our weapon registry, and our weapon storage and wall mounts. These wall mounts, as well as the weapon storage, are persistent. Anything you put on the walls will stay there. Even if you turn the server off or if it crashes, it is saved to a persistent database. Next up, we've got our vehicle store, and this is where you're going to spend your credits to get new vehicles out on the battlefield. Over here, we've got our unit tent. You can use this place to recruit units for your team. Right now I'm the sergeant rank, so my guys have a higher skill and a little better gear than you're going to have when you start off as a cadet. You need to get those ranks to improve these guys. All you got to do is walk over to one, hold down the button, and have each one to join your team as you need. Next, how the enemy spawns, how they behave, and how that system works. When you get within range of these zones, it will spawn in the enemies that correspond to them. Let's see how that happens real quick. We've got a couple groups already. You've got everything from your sniper teams to your larger patrols. In these forests, you're going to find a lot of patrol type groups. And if we get near the towns, let's check these out. You get a larger density of units which will patrol the buildings and occupy garrisons. Since you're a guerrilla force, loot plays a big factor in growing the strength of your unit. Now, all the enemies you find in the field can have 100+ different loadouts available to them. So they're going to field so many different weapons that you can pick up and find, and we call this our natural loot system. Enemies can occupy and garrison buildings, patrol around, and even react to what the Blue forces do. As a guerrilla force, you guys are definitely going to be the underdogs. The Op4 forces have much more units and money at their disposal. Tactics are going to play a big role here, because if you're spotted by the enemy, they're going to call in their quick reaction force, and this can be anything from enemy reinforcements via helicopter to artillery to spec ops units that can come and hunt you. This mission will automatically despawn units when you're not around, as well as clean up bodies, so it's really hands-free. That's honestly just a piece of what's going on in this mission. There's a lot more stuff to discover out in the world, like enemy intel, high value targets, side missions, HVTs, and our main quest line. And as I said, this mission is in development. This is our stable build, but we've got updates coming soon with even more features, as well as another video going into more depth on some of the mechanics and some gameplay footage. Now that you've made it to the end of the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content in the future, and comment down below if you have any questions. Like I said, if you want to get your hands on this mission, it's going to be available in the near future. But for now, comment down below or message us on Discord to be part of the early testing groups. Slots are limited, so message now. Alright, and that's going to be it for today, and as always, thanks for watching.